Welcome back to the deep dive. Last time we talked about DIY waterproofing, which is, all about maintenance.
Right.
But today, we are going fully structural. We're tackling a massive challenge that thousands of homeowners face in places like the Annex or High Park or Leslieville here in Toronto.
It's that classic Toronto problem, isn't it? You love your location, you love the neighborhood, but you're tired of hitting your head on the ductwork in your own basement.
Exactly. And the go-to solution for creating that real usable space, a legal rental suite, maybe a family room, is underpinning, lowering the floor.
But the moment you say underpinning in a semi-detached house, one huge fear comes up.
The shared foundation.
The shared foundation. The fear that construction is going to cause cracks, or worse, a huge dispute with your neighbor. It stops so many projects dead in their tracks.
So our mission for this deep dive is to answer that core question. Can you actually underpin a semi-detached house in Toronto? Is it legally or even physically possible?
And the short answer is yes. It's absolutely possible. But, and this is a big but, it requires a very specific approach.
Okay, so let's start with that dividing line itself, the party wall. That's the legal term for it, right?
That's the one. The foundation wall you share with your neighbor is the party wall. And the most important thing to grasp is that you don't own all of it.
So my ownership just stops halfway through the wall.
Legally, yes.
Yeah.
Your ownership extends only to the center line. And the real issue is what's underneath, the footing.
The concrete base.
Exactly. That footing at the bottom supports the weight of both houses at the same time.
So if I want to underpin, I'm literally digging away the support from my neighbor's house.
You're affecting their structural integrity, which is why you can't just go in and do it. It requires strict protocols.
Which brings us to the key legal document, the one that's not optional.
The party wall agreement. This is a formal, non-negotiable legal requirement for any underpinning project that touches that shared footing.
And what does it actually do?
It outlines everything, exactly what work will be done, the schedule, and most importantly, how the neighbor's property will be protected.
And a big part of that protection is something called a pre-condition survey.
A crucial part. The agreement mandates that a third-party engineer comes in and inspects and photographs the neighbor's property before any work starts.
So it's like a timestamp.
It's your legal shield. If the neighbor later claims you caused a crack that's been there for 10 years, you have proof. And for them, it's peace of mind.
Okay, but what if the neighbor just says, no, they won't sign? Are you just stuck?
Not at all. It just means we have to pivot our strategy. A full underpinning of that wall is off the table, but we can still get you that ceiling height.
And this is where we get into the two main technical choices, full underpinning versus benching.
Right. Method A is the full underpin we just talked about. Requires the agreement.
The benefit being you get to use every square inch of your basement. Clean, vertical walls. Perfect for a high-value rental suite.
Maximum space, maximum value. But if that agreement isn't happening, we move to method B, benching.
How does that work without touching their side?
With benching, we lower your floor, but we leave the shared footing completely untouched. We leave a stable slope of soil next to it and then build a new reinforced concrete curb or a bench right alongside the wall.
So you're building beside the original support, not under it.
Precisely. The neighbor's foundation is never compromised.
Yeah.
You skip the whole legal negotiation.
But there has to be a trade-off.
A big one. You lose square footage, you get a permanent concrete step or shelf running the length of that wall, usually about 1 to 2 feet wide.
That's significant. It really changes the layout of a room.
It does, which is why you often see a hybrid approach.
Yeah.
People will fully underpin the 3 exterior walls they own and then just bench the one shared wall.
A practical compromise. Get the height, but avoid the main legal fight.
Exactly.
Let's talk safety, because digging out the foundation of half a building sounds inherently risky. How do you make sure the house doesn't just sink?
The sectional underpinning method. It's mandatory, and it ensures stability 100% of the time. You never, ever dig out the whole foundation at once.
So you do it in pieces.
Small, manageable pieces. We divide the perimeter into 3 to 4 foot wide sections we call pins, and they're numbered, usually 1, 2, and 3.
And you dig them in order.
A very specific order. We excavate and pour all the sections labeled 1 first, leaving huge gaps of untouched soil in between to support the house. Only when those 1s have fully cured and are rock solid do we even think about touching the 2s, then the 3s. The house is always supported by either original earth or new hardened concrete.
And that protects the neighbor's side, too.
It guarantees their side of the wall never loses support for a second.
Now, what about the real-world logistics? You know, these old Toronto lots have shared driveways that are barely wide enough for a car.
Logistics can be the hardest part. You can't get heavy machinery in there.
Mhm.
So for getting rid of all that dirt and concrete, we use high-efficiency conveyor belt systems.
Like a production line for dirt.
Pretty much. A belt runs from the basement window along the side of the house and drops everything directly into a disposal bin we get a permit to park on the street.
No wheelbarrows tearing up the shared driveway.
Keeps the neighbor happy, keeps the site clean, and it's way faster.
Let's shift to the payoff. Beyond the extra ceiling height, you've got the foundation walls completely exposed. This is a golden opportunity, isn't it?
It's the biggest hidden value proposition of underpinning. This is your one chance to solve the two biggest problems of semi-detached living: noise and moisture.
And doing it later would cost a fortune.
Double, easily. You'd have to smash up the new floor you just paid for.
Okay, so upgrade number 1, party wall soundproofing. How do you stop hearing your neighbor's TV?
With the wall exposed, we can build a decoupled wall system. We build a completely new wall, an inch or two away from the party wall, fill the gap with high-density soundproofing.
So the new wall doesn't actually touch the old one.
Right, the physical separation stops the sound vibrations from traveling through. It's a massive quality-of-life improvement.
And upgrade number 2, water. Making sure this new basement is bone dry forever.
Absolutely. Before we pour the new floor, we install an interior weeping tile system. It's a drainage pipe under the slab that collects any groundwater and sends it to a sump pump.
And what about the less pleasant water? Sewage.
A huge issue in older homes. This is the perfect time to install a backwater valve. It's a one-way gate on your main sewer line that physically stops city sewage from backing up into your brand new basement.
So to sum it all up, underpinning a semi it's a major project.
It's a huge undertaking, but it completely transforms your home. You're not just getting a taller basement, you're essentially adding a whole new, highly functional floor.
You're solving fundamental noise, water, and space problems all at once.
Whether you go with a full underpin or you have to bench one wall, the end result is a safer, drier, and far more valuable home.
The knowledge really is power here. It lets you plan with confidence. So we'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. Considering those hidden upgrades, which one would be more valuable for your quality of life in a Toronto semi? The complete quiet from a decoupled, soundproofed wall, or the total peace of mind from knowing that city sewage can never, ever back up into your home?
It's a tough choice. That's all for this deep dive. We hope this helps you navigate your next big project.
We'll catch you next time.